This video is intended to be a guideline for proper installation techniques using Tarkett products. For complete details, refer to the complete installation instructions for your product. In this video, we will show you how to install PowerBond Cushion RS products. Tarkett PowerBond and adhesives must be acclimated in a controlled climate environment, including the subfloor at an ambient temperature between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Always store PowerBond rolls standing or laying side by side. Never stack PowerBond rolls on top of each other. Products should be inspected for dye lot, style, color, size, quality, and shipping damage prior to installation. Clean the subfloor of spills, solid debris, or paint spots using suitable scraping methods. Sweep and vacuum the floor after patching and debris removal. Conduct multiple porosity tests to determine surface porosity. For PowerBond Cushion RS installations, all new, clean, porous, or semi-porous concrete, cement, or plywood surfaces must be primed using Tarkett C36E floor primer. Surfaces that are non-porous do not require the use of a floor primer. Concrete pH testing is required prior to the installation of PowerBond Cushion products. The required pH range is from 7.0 to 9.0 as tested according to ASTM F-710-05. Do not install PowerBond Cushion products over a concrete substrate with a surface pH measuring above 9.0. If necessary, apply the Tarkett C36E floor primer using a 3/8" short nap paint roller. Make sure to spread any pools of primer that collect. Coverage should be an even layer. After acclimation, ensure that the ambient temperature of the interior environment, including the subfloor, is not lower than 65 degrees and not higher than 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not install PowerBond Cushion products outside of these parameters. Begin by snapping a white chalk line in the center of the room in the lay direction. Do not use blue or red chalk as this may discolor the carpet. Roll out the first breadth of PowerBond carpet face up. Allow the ends and edges of the carpet to run up the wall a minimum of 2 inches for later trimming. Lay the first breadth of carpet with the edge of the chalk line. Roll out the second breadth of PowerBond carpet, ensuring that the arrows printed on the backing are pointing in the same direction for all rolls. When installing from multiple rolls, ensure that the rolls are laid in sequential order according to the sequence numbers printed on the backing of the carpet. Overlap all seams a minimum of 2 inches for either straight or serpentine cutting methods, which will be determined by the style of carpet and which method blends the best. Once the seam overlap is established, the PowerBond can be cut into any outside corners. Before beginning any adhesion, visually inspect the carpet for any defects. Dry lay the carpet and walk the entire field to thoroughly inspect. The use of a weighted floor roller may be beneficial in holding dry-laid carpet in place and prevent shifting. For the PowerBond Cushion RS products, at the first seam only, fold back 1/3 of each roll of carpet, exposing the original chalk line on the subfloor. This is referred to as a 1/3, 1/3 start. And this procedure sets up all remaining seams in either direction for the 1/3, 2/3 installation system. Starting at the end of one roll of carpet, remove and properly dispose of the RS protective release liner from the exposed 1/3 of the backing. Repeat on the opposite roll. Begin at the center of one roll and feed it onto the subfloor in a continuous rolling manner. Repeat with the second exposed roll, ensuring that the seam overlap is maintained. Roll the newly adhered sections of carpet with a 100-pound, 3-section roller starting from the center of the breadth and rolling straight to the seam. Repeat the liner removal and adhesion process for the remaining 2/3 of any rolls. Once all remaining areas are adhered, roll the carpet in both directions to ensure bond. Trim against all walls and corners. Using a Crane Commercial Floor Trimmer number 247 will make for fast, efficient trimming. To construct a seam, first determine if the yarn pattern requires a straight or serpentine cut. More variegated patterns can use a straight cut, and more lineated patterns may require a serpentine cut. As an example, this lineated pattern has been test cut using both methods. Notice how the left, serpentine cut, allows for the random variegation to blend, where the right, straight cut, creates a visible seam line. Once you have determined your seam method, adjust the Tarkett double cut knife blade to cut through both pieces of PowerBond carpet and lightly touch the subfloor at your seam. Determine the pile lay direction of the carpet and cut in the smooth direction. Using firm pressure on the knife body, cut through both layers of carpet in one fluid continuous motion. Do not allow the knife to track off the top piece of carpet. Use a carpet trimming knife to double cut up to walls and structural elements. Remove both scrap pieces. Tarkett PowerBond cushion must be welded with the Tarkett No. 54 seam weld, CXL seam sealer, or power weld. Fold back one side of the seam and apply a 1/8 inch bead to the backing edge of one side of the seam where it comes into contact with the subfloor, working no more than 10 linear feet at a time. Using a sliding motion, push the exposed side of the seam up to the seam weld. Avoid pushing down into the weld, as this may push the weld away from the backing contact points and result in a poor seam. Use a carpet tractor to roll the completed seam lightly. Note that seam weld No. 54 and power weld are fast-drying sealers. Use seam cleaner No. 77 for seam weld No. 54 or acetone for the power weld immediately to remove any weld that gets onto the face of the carpet. CXL can be easily cleaned while wet with water and a clean white towel. For PowerBond cushion non-RS, the method of installation differs only after the material has been dry laid. Fold back 1/2 of the material on both sides of the seams. Apply the Tarkett C16E adhesive using a 3/32 by 3/32 by 3/32 inch V-notch trowel. Allow the adhesive sufficient open time of a minimum of 10 minutes and not more than 25 minutes so that it properly sets up. Starting from the center of the first roll, feed it onto the subfloor in a continuous rolling manner. Do not allow the adhesive to come into contact with the face of the carpet. Occasionally check to ensure the adhesive is transferring to the backing of the carpet. Once both rolls have been laid into the adhesive, roll the carpet with a 100-pound 3-section floor roller. Be sure to roll towards the seam to allow any trapped air to be pushed out. After rolling, the non-RS carpet would be seamed in the same procedure as outlined previously. By following the printed installation instructions and using the techniques demonstrated in this video, installations can be performed safely, efficiently, and professionally every time. Visit TarkettNA.com for the most current installation and maintenance instructions.